just look around you for a second. Chances are you can see a plant, right? Something green. We're totally surrounded by them, but we kind of take them for granted. But here's the thing. These quiet, living powerhouses are performing this incredible chemical magic, like every single second. And it's what makes all life on Earth even possible. So today, we're going to unpack this amazing detective story of how we finally figured out their secret.
Okay, so let me ask you a simple question. We eat food to get energy. Animals eat other animals or plants. But what about plants? You never see them munching on anything, do you? So where do they get their food?
And the answer? It's kind of mind-blowing. They don't find food. They literally make it themselves, out of thin air and sunlight. They are the ultimate self-sufficient little factories. And because of that, they're the foundation for pretty much every single food chain on the planet. It all starts with them.
Now, figuring this all out, it wasn't easy. Not at all. It was a real-deal scientific detective story, a puzzle that took centuries to solve, with some of the smartest people in history adding one little clue at a time.
And that process, of course, is what we call photosynthesis. It's this incredible reaction where plants use sunlight as energy to cook up their own food from the simplest ingredients. But, and this is a huge but, it does something else that's just as important for us. It releases the oxygen that you and I are breathing right now.
Okay, so to get to the bottom of this mystery, we gotta go back in time. Our story starts in the 1770s with a guy named Joseph Priestley and some pretty simple experiments involving jars. So Priestley's setup was just brilliant in its simplicity. First, he takes a candle, lights it, and puts a sealed jar over it. And poof, the flame goes out. Okay, makes sense, it used up the air. Then he tries it with a mouse in the jar. And sadly, the mouse suffocates. So he figures, hey, both the candle and the mouse are somehow damaging the air, right? But then, and this is the big moment, he tries it again, but this time he puts a little mint plant in the jar with the mouse. And what happens? The mouse stays alive. The plant was doing something magical to fix the air. So this totally blew his mind and led him to this revolutionary idea. Plants aren't just sitting there looking pretty. No, they're actively changing the air around them. They were, in his words, restoring whatever the breathing animal and the burning candle were taking out. Bam! The first huge piece of the puzzle was on the table. All right, so a few years go by and another scientist, Jan Ingenhouse, adds the next crucial piece. He was working with aquatic plants, and he noticed something fascinating. When the plant was in bright sunlight, these tiny little bubbles would form all over the green leaves. But if you put the plant in the dark, nothing. Not a single bubble. He just proved that sunlight was the essential ingredient, the trigger for this whole process.